Welcome to Karmic Woof!
Welcome. Good to see everyone. Of course, I can't see you, but you can see me or us. I never know which one the camera likes to pan back and forth between us, but sometimes I'm talking and I think I'm being seen, but you're being seen, and vice versa. You're talking and I'm being seen, and I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to work.
How it's supposed to work.
Yeah, but today's technologies.
Woohoo! Good times.
Yeah. So what's up with you?
Oh, let me tell you. First of all, welcome to the WTF Sprinter in the Midwest. Uh, so last night, this has never happened. We're on the second floor. Like flooding on the second floor should never happen. I'm just saying. But it was raining and sleeting so hard sideways that it was coming underneath our kitchen door. No bueno. Like, this is not good.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of towels. I caught it right away. Okay, cool. But still, the plants, however, are loving how much light we have today because the reflection from the snow
Oh,
and
yeah.
how warm it is because I put a whole bunch of towels up against the bottom of the door.
So some created humidity.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Put
they're
the heat
they're
in the
really
house.
digging
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Um so that's, welcome to Karmic Wolf,
Well,
right?
it's Monday. It's a blizzard where you are, and it's raining sideways and going inside the house and the door on the second floor. So the world is going upside down. See, we keep telling you Pinot's here.
So okay, so let's start with that because I
Okay,
piss people off apparently.
you do.
I
I have things to say
I
about
I
this too.
wake up and breathe and I piss people off. I don't know. Anyway, so every time something weird happens, or and I mean like 60-mile-an-hour winds, or uh where it's flooding on the second floor, welcome to Peno. Like, this isn't normal. We know it's not normal, but we also know that this was coming, so here we are.
Yeah,
And that
in the thick
pisses
of
them
it.
off because they don't want to look at it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to say that it's true.
Yep.
They don't, nothing. Well, I said, would you rather me say welcome to Revelations? Welcome to Armageddon? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't normal. We can't
No.
we can't even pretend that it is.
Right.
And then, there's Banku over here going, well, that's from the asteroid. Like, Mother Hubbard,
That's really yes. He would say that. Yes.
you know? And
So
there are so
it's like
many,
matter of fact. So matter of fact. Yeah.
for
Right.
real, because he sees all of this and he knows
Right.
exactly what's happening. And he's 4 months ahead of us. So
Yep.
he knows what's coming in. He knows what it looks like. And he knows that when we do this, this will happen because it's already happened in,
Timelines.
in the other timelines, right?
Right.
So I look at this and I say, okay, Banku and I have an interesting relationship because when he talks, sometimes I'm like, that is the opposite, the exact and complete opposite of everything that I feel in my bones. You know what I'm saying? He's like, go left.
Yes.
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, because it's over on the right. So we have
Right.
to go right. Nope, go left. Why? Why would I go left? Why are you questioning? Just go left. I
Right.
can't. I like it just doesn't make any sense. If he would explain 4 steps out, then it would make sense.
Right. But he didn't like to do
Oh no.
that. Who has time for that? By the time I finish doing that, we've already changed over here.
Right, right, exactly. And I get it. I get it, but that feeling still doesn't go away.
Mhm.
So he showed me a process on the computer this week that I just got in my awarenesses, paying attention, doing all the things. He says, do this, and I did this. He says, do this, and I did this. So I realized, see, recognize, continue. I recognized that I did research on the very thing that I knew that we were going to be looking at. So that when he said those words, they made sense and it didn't sound like a foreign language. What?
Interesting. Yeah. Well, that's
Right?
cool. Right.
So that was really, really cool. And
Yeah.
then I was able to fabricate that on my own. Not well, but I did it. And I was
Right.
like, okay, like this is really, really cool.
Mhm.
Um, the things that I have noticed though are there are some things that have changed about me greatly. Like I will look at a situation and instead of sticking my face in it right away and being like, why, why is this about me? What? I'll
Mhm.
take a step back and say, okay, how does this work? Where's the mechanism that I need to push to make this over here open or this over here close? But before I didn't do that. Before I was just confused a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the only thing that made sense to me, sadly, was hair. I understood why it did the things that it did. I understood why when you put color on it, when you put chemicals on it, when you wash it in a specific way that it does this, why there are some curl patterns that do this, etc. So I look at that and I say, why did that make sense and nothing else did? Because I studied it. I researched it. I enjoyed it. So what can I do like that otherwise? Well, now all kinds of things are popping up. And I'm going, okay, I can do that. Um, just just looking at myself and saying, God, I was a dumpster fire. Like I a majority of the people that I used to know, I do not associate with at all. Because of them, because of me, because of whatever.
They
You know what
grew.
I'm
They
saying?
grew different directions.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And I don't hold animosity towards that.
Mhm.
Like because we grew in different directions, I don't, I'm not mad at
Yeah, it's not
them.
like you're looking back going, "Well, they rejected me and abandoned me. How dare they?" Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Right. Okay. So, like I look at like what it was like growing up and why it was hard for people to relate to me. Or why I mean, literally growing up in high school, people really thought that I was stupid. Not because I couldn't do things, not because I couldn't understand certain things, but because common sense just,
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
think they shouldn't call it common, I don't think, anymore.
no, no, it is definitely not
Yeah.
common at all. Um, but when I look at that, I say, okay, my fears stopped me. My beliefs stopped me. My, the two of them together, forget it. I would panic under a table. And that was my life. I didn't think that it was not normal because it was normal for me.
Sure. Why
And
would you
now,
question that? Yeah.
right, right, exactly. Why would I question that?
If it's
I
normal, that's
question
the way it
everything
is.
else, but not
Right.
that.
Right.
So, and because I didn't see other people struggling, I thought, okay, there's nothing, it's just me,
Just you. Yeah.
right? And
They're just
then,
not showing you yet. Right.
right. And then I learned that, you know, it's people hide their struggles and they do the things, then, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I, it's so interesting when somebody from the past comes up and they're like, hey, how are you? Good. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
people don't talk to you unless they
For
want
20
something.
years. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is absolutely true. And that's something that has always bugged me. Yeah.
So, but again, if I'm part of your network and you know that I know some things, absolutely reach out. I don't have a problem with that. If we were frenemies, back then, it doesn't have to be like that now.
I don't have a problem with it. The only problem I have with it is usually 9 out of 10 times they assume it's going to be free because we were good buddies.
Oh,
That's what I
right,
got a problem
right,
with.
right.
It's like you're just going to assume because we once knew each other 20 years ago that everything that you can just come to me and get anything you want for free. And if I don't give it to you, well, then I'm a horrible person, and no wonder I got you.
So I have a workaround for that.
Oh, okay. I get that a lot.
And it's not so when people come to me and they say I need X, Y, and Z information, and I know that you know this. Sure, absolutely. How can I help? Okay, well, I need this, 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 and done. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I used to, but that's not what I do anymore.
Right.
So I can give you the information, and then I can give you the information to some people that do that,
Better. I had no problem with that. Yeah.
right?
Right.
So it's because that's what I did 20 years ago when I was a
Mm,
different person, when I had different values and different beliefs and different views and all
right.
of the things. So you're going to get what I have today, not what I had back then. And then I'm going to explain that I no longer do that. Just because I still remember how to do that, just because I still remember the process, doesn't mean that that's what I do. And if so, like doing hair, like I will do it for Max or I will do it for Banku. Like I have a friend that can't get around very well. I'll do it for her. But
Not, oh, you're my friend. You do hair. Do you mind?
right,
Right.
oh, can you walk me through the process of doing this and then come help me? No, I cannot. I can tell you what I would have done or what I would do, but no, I
Yeah.
won't. I won't come to you and walk you through it physically. No thanks.
I got schools for that. No. Yeah.
But I have contacts that still do that. Please call them.
Right. Yeah, that's a much better way to do it instead of getting all angry about it like I do. And they hold this resentment. It's like now every time someone comes to you, you're like, what do you want?
Right? It's the
Right.
cringe.
It's the cringe. What do you want? It's usually more than I want to give. I'm a giver, I give, but I don't want to give everything. It's because I have so many other things. It's not that I'm holding back, like I don't want to give anything to you. It's just that I'm into more things now. I have more commitments. I have more businesses. I have more things that I've already devoted time to, and to people and obligations and responsibilities that I have to fulfill that I didn't have back then. So now if you just show up and you're just like, I need XYZ, I'm like, I just don't have it. I mean, I could do it, but then I have to take away this over here to make time for you for free when I have to cancel this over here, which then has repercussions over there. So it's like navigational nightmare. So it's not just me saying no, I'm saying no because I have other commitments that it's already in the books. I could schedule you in and you could pay me. It doesn't even have to be a lot, but something for my time and my energy and whatever. Oh, I thought you gave it for me for free. Well, you thought wrong. Sorry. That makes people angry.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. Uh, I also don't have the same beliefs about money that you do.
Well,
So
yeah, I have
when it
yeah,
comes
my
to
beliefs
me,
are very different. Yeah.
right? So when I look at that, I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like
Mm.
maybe I should, you know? But then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, well, I will do this for you and we won't exchange money, but we will exchange favors.
Problem with that.
What kind of a network do they have?
Yeah.
What kind of you know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
Who do they know? 6 degrees of separation, right?
Sure, they know someone,
They know someone. They
right?
right? So everybody knows someone. So I look at it like, okay, how can I find the resource that will exponentially grow to the next resource? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
how
right.
so I I don't know that I have this down yet. And anybody out there, please correct me because I'm still learning. But
Mm,
poor people will uh, buy the thing that gives them the dopamine now,
sure.
and then they have no more until they buy the next thing. Rich people will invest in the thing that exponentially grows the dopamine.
So it's asset liability. Yeah,
And it's not for them that it grows the dopamine, it's for other people to buy their
dopamine hit.
right,
Strong. Yeah,
their dopamine kit. Yes.
yeah. Well, we'll call it another word: instant gratification,
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah,
a dopamine. Yeah,
it really is. So I look at these things and I go, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to grow that dopamine kit, you know? And then there's the whole, capitalism thing and, you know, people suffer because they stay broke and well, they want to stay broke.
they
If they
do.
wanted to grow, they would.
It's part of their inner story.
Right.
Maybe
So,
the victim. I don't know. It could be anything, but I always go to victim. But I'm a
uh,
poor victim. I deserve this.
what some people do,
Some,
absolutely.
not everyone, but yeah, that's just
But
one of the
some
things.
people just, it confuses them.
Huh.
Why
Okay.
would I do that? Because their beliefs have been this way, their views have been this way, all of the things that they do are this way. Why would I do
Mm.
that? Okay, so breaking it down, it's just a different way. It's a new way to get to the place that you want to be.
Yep. Okay.
So you have to grow the neurons and the dendrites and the synapses and all the things in your brain to be able to take a different way to get to the place that you want to be, which is
Right.
not the place that you have been.
Right. So it's going to be weird.
Right? It's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I look at that and I say, okay, I struggle daily with anxiety.
Mm.
Now I can make it go away. I can make it less, but the fact that we are here in Peno and we have not gotten to where we need to be,
I'm close, huh?
as in Banku is not where he needs to be, stresses me out. It
Yeah.
stresses me. I
I
can't say
know.
it any other way. It just does. So, okay, what can I do to fix this? I mean, what can I do to bring in more resources, more money, so that he doesn't have to focus on that? Well, I don't know. So I just keep poking at things until there's something that I can learn quickly that I can do so we can move forward.
One thing that you do well, though, is that you you're learning a process, or you're in a process to learn quickly. So you're learning
Ah,
how to learn quickly so that you can learn quickly.
yes. And it is one of the coolest things that I have ever done in my whole life. I
So when
mean,
the time comes for that opportunity to come by and you need to learn quickly, you will not have the tool to learn quickly to take the opportunity and do it within a matter of days, maybe.
and that's exactly what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
So taking all of these skills that I'm building so that I can just take that opportunity. I don't know what that opportunity is yet, but I also know that if you put me in a room full of people, I will talk to 99 of them. If there's 100 people, I'll talk to 99 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I will
So
make
you do
sure
it.
that I at least say hi, you know?
Right.
So getting people interested in what we're doing, like I'm on LinkedIn if anyone's interested. Uh and I started making these posts about predator craft, apex predator craft. Um it's uh it's interesting because when you look at the 2 week boot camp that will happen for these people, it is uh so for some people it's not cheap.
Yeah.
And for some people it's an investment that they can make in themselves that will last them a lifetime. So I look at that and I say that's pretty cool. Like how can we help the people that think that it's not cheap to understand that it's an investment in themselves? I think in order to do that, we have to start with the fact that they probably don't think that they're worth investing in.
I see that one a lot because, one of the things about business is because I have businesses, you have to, when you start, like, this is all about starting, like, if you're an entrepreneur and you're like, hey, I want to start my own business. I don't know what I want to do when I want to start my own business, but I don't have a lot of capital to start the business. This is perfect. This starts your own business. You learn a
Without
really cool
your
thing,
capital.
and you're gonna have to use it already comes with it how to finance this thing ahead of time so you don't owe anything at the end and everything gets paid for without you having to take a loan out, basically.
So I
Yeah, but
started,
it, but yeah, but any business you're going to have to spend more money to open the business than what this even costs. Even if you were paying your own money or got a loan, it's doing any other type of business and startup would cost probably twice as much.
yeah. And I'm looking at this going, okay, so those people that don't think that they're worth investing could come together and find someone that is worth investing in.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way of looking at it. Sure.
So that's where I'm at. I'm like, okay, if it doesn't work this way, it's going to work this way,
Right.
or this way, or this way, or this way, but it will work.
Right. But yeah, that's an interesting reframe. I like that. Because I'd never consider that some people don't think that they're worth investing in. Because I'm always talking to people about invest in yourself. And they're like, I don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're like, what? I invest in myself constantly. I don't know how much money I've poured into myself.
And look at how far you've come.
And I would be like, I wouldn't be here without doing that. And I didn't invest all that much, but probably 20 to $30,000 in the last 10 years.
I think you have invested more time and energy than you
More
have
of
money.
more of the money, yeah. Because the money just comes. I mean, it's not like you're losing money. You get it back because you can do that.
And and that's yeah,
Yeah,
exactly because you can do that.
right.
And that's a belief that people need to have.
That you can get more money. Yeah, it's not like
But
Oh,
it's
I'm gonna if I lose
right.
anything, I'm
It's
gonna lose it forever.
so it's not just money at that point. It's anything,
Right.
like uh okay, I don't want to say anything because when people die, you can't get them back.
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
it's that's not good. Um because of course those are that was my one of my first questions when I met Banku. He's like, I can do anything. I'm like, you can bring the dead back? He's like, no. He's like, for a lot of reasons, no. Okay. Um, but there are so many things out there that people think are, the resources are shrinking. They're not, though. They're not. Someone is telling you that they're shrinking. They're not, though.
Believe me. Right.
So, what are we going to do about that? Are we going to let people constantly gaslight us and tell us that, eggs cost $16 now because, you know, because they want
The
it,
bird flu. Yeah, whatever they want to tell you.
right?
We had to
So,
kill the birds.
and so no, I don't think that that should be a thing.
No.
I
And there are ways around it too. You can get your own bird.
absolutely, but when I look at it, absolutely, you go to Discovery City, you get your own birds. There you
Yeah.
go. Um, but the way that you look at it, you are constantly finding deals. Every time you go to the store,
Oh
every
yeah.
time you
Yeah.
buy something,
Everywhere.
you get a deal
Yeah.
because you believe that they exist.
Yeah. And I will find them because I always find them.
Exactly. But somebody else who works their butt off and can't pay rent and can't
Can't do a thing.
can't pay
Yeah.
all of their bills, and they're constantly, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. I'm constantly lacking, and there are no discounts for rent. Okay, but they're kind of, like there are so many programs out there right now where people can take advantage of it right now, that they can figure out how to maybe buy the house that they live in, or go buy property. I mean, that's what we're doing. But in order for us to buy property, folks, all y'all out there, I'm looking at you. In order for us to buy property, we need you.
Yeah.
Not
You
to
need to
give us the money to do it, but to support us,
believe
to
in it.
support Banku so that we can move forward.
Yeah.
Because if he can't focus on his number one goal, which is to keep this from going into a hell realm and allow people to be enlightened, it's a huge struggle to keep him here. So,
This reminds me on this subject. I keep getting people okay, so there are people on Bongfu's Facebook. They see his stuff, they read his stuff, and I think, well, that should just be self-explanatory because he's the one you want telling you what's going to happen, not me.
right.
You want to listen from him. But yet they see all the things that he's doing, all the things that he's saying, what you need to do in order to avoid this. You might want to think about this now, blah blah. He's doing all the stuff. That's what he does. But then they read it and they come to me and they go, "Well, I want your view on it." Like I'm going to give them some different view than Bonku, but for whatever reason, it's like, but like they're looking for me to sugarcoat it because they're like, "Well, I see what he's saying, and I feel it inside, and I see all the evidence around the world, and I'm starting to get freaked out because it's all coming to pass what he's saying. So I want your take on it because I have all of these worries about, well, should I start saving food, and should I move over here and be an isolationist? Should I just, how long should I save food for, and should we move out of the country? It's like all these things keep, and I'm like, you're not listening to what he's saying. None of this, saving food, moving to a different country, um, joining, going out in the forest and doing, you're not going to escape what's coming, no matter what you do. So what you have to do, what he's saying, this is right here what we're talking about: getting the property and building something like Discovery City, or building some sort of place where people can go to learn the skills they need to do in order to survive what's coming is drastically important. They see it, but for whatever reason, they're tentative about contacting him. They want to contact me for whatever reason. Like I'm going to tell them something. I think it's because of I might sugarcoat it or something, but I don't know. But it's a thing I'm seeing.
So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I have had that in the past. People stop doing that because
Uh,
I don't sugarcoat things.
I can't
I
sugarcoat things.
really,
There's nothing to
I
sugarcoat.
really, right? Like I try to, you know, do that whole allaying their fears, and
Yeah, yeah, all that stuff.
I,
It
mm-mm.
all that does is create inaction.
and that's the last thing that I want to do. The last thing that I want to do is be the reason that somebody doesn't take action. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Because I want you to feel better. I'm gonna make it sound like not so bad. Even though inside I know what's gonna happen because Monku tells you what's gonna happen.
So
He's been telling us for
sometimes,
years.
sometimes I think what happens is that people see what he's saying, they hear it, but it's so big that they don't know where to start.
Oh, is that okay?
And they're not Bond, so they don't
No,
understand put it in your hands,
no, and I can't give them the exercise on how to get rid of fear or how, because it's not mine to give.
right?
It's right.
But you can say, hey, I just learned this really great technique about getting rid of fear. Contact Banku. He's the one that taught the class, so he can walk you through the steps. He can give you the class. He can, you can buy the class from him and then you can learn, you can whatever. But contact Banku. Um, a lot of times people don't want to do that. So if we say, I will set up a call and then
Okay. It's an
then we
option. Yeah.
can talk it through because I've got
Yeah, you can,
questions too,
ask your questions. He'll answer them. He's not shy about answering these questions.
right? I I assume a lot. And sometimes that's, it's not good.
Yeah,
So I actually had a woman contact me. She wanted to know all about uh what was what was going on with the world, and she wanted to know more details.
sure.
She
Yeah.
contacted me and I said, okay, this is how we got to do. We got to just do a call with Banku. She said, okay, will you be on the call? Yeah, I'll be on the call. I'll be right next to him.
Okay.
Oh, never heard from
Why
her
is it-
again.
why- She didn't tell you why that was a problem? Interesting.
I assume people know that I'm his consort,
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I would assume that too. Okay.
right? But okay. I mean, I get it. If they
But
come
they
in and
also don't
they
know,
don't
they don't know
know,
what
and
that means either. So,
right. Um, but it's good
like,
gravy.
what is a consort?
Yeah. Um, I didn't know. Uh,
Me
so I
either.
will I will tell you about this. Yesterday, I was I was pretty happy. So dinner time is often filled with anxiety because I don't know how everybody's digestion is that day. If there's a lot of stress pushing down on Banku, I don't know if he's going to be able to eat certain things. He gives zero F's about what I cook,
Pretty much. Yeah.
like zero. But he's the only one I have to ask. Who am I going to ask? Max? He's going to be like, food, mommy, food. I want mac and cheese and chicken
Right.
every single day for the rest of my life until
Mac
I
and cheese.
want, you know, spaghetti,
Yeah.
uh, spaghetti zona,
Right.
noodle zona. That's what it is. Noodle zona. So I like, okay, so I have these ingredients and I'm going to make something. I am the kind of person that bounces ideas off of somebody else. Banku is not. So it just annoys him. Like it annoys him. So I really try not to do that. So last night I made something that I've never made before, and it didn't turn out the way that I had pictured it in my head, but I worked through it. I didn't have fear. I didn't have
Right.
anxiety. I just made the thing. And when it didn't turn out, I laughed. So I made these biscuits that I thought I was going to cut in half and then add egg and sausage to the, like a
Right. Like
sausage
a McDonald's
muffin
thing
thing.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was the picture that I had in my head. Did
Right.
not turn out that way. Like not even a little bit. I went to I was going to make the sausage in patties and then make the egg in patties, basically, and then put
Right.
them together. But realistically, what I've got for this situation would not work with that. So the eggs and the sausage were together. Okay, cool. And then the biscuits I went to cut and they crumbled. I was like,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
it's all going to taste good, but
differently.
it may not be aesthetically pleasing.
Right.
But I thought
I think it's
about
that
that,
bad though.
right? But I thought about that. How many times in the past have I stopped myself from doing something because I was afraid that it wasn't going to turn out the way that I thought it would in my head?
Right, exactly. And but what you learned is, well, these biscuits probably isn't the thing to use. So I might need to use something else or make the biscuits thicker or whatever. But you
Right.
learn what you need to do differently next time.
But you learn. And
Right.
how many things have I not learned because I was afraid?
Yeah, I
Because,
do that a lot. Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
something did not match with the view. If I
Right.
just expand the view, I can do a whole bunch of things.
Right.
Now, there are some people that have no fear in the kitchen. They're like, I'll try it. I'll try anything. And if it doesn't turn out, well, then, they'll just chop it up into little pieces and make it into something
Right.
else,
Yeah. Throw it in the garbage and move on.
Right. Like, okay, well, I can't do that.
I've
So,
seen someone I've seen someone do that.
oh,
This sucks.
oh God.
They're gone. I just won't eat.
Okay, well,
I'm like, okay.
good for you.
And then I'm
I'm
like,
still gonna eat,
can I
so
have it? Can I have it? I don't know what's in the garbage. I don't care. That's the thing about me. If there's food and it's intact and it's not touching things and it's in the garbage, it just got there. And there's like a 1 minute rule here. I'll reclaim that.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Well, yeah. I used to blame my rat for that, and then it turns out I don't really have one, so I can't. I can't blame. Of course, now I got a pig.
Right.
They would do that.
Pigs eat anything.
Yeah, and so would I.
Right. So oddly enough, I have a pig and
You do,
I
yeah.
I don't.
You don't eat it. No, you don't. You don't. You don't. Interesting. But I will.
Um, I have found that since Banku made that Tibetan cookbook,
Yeah.
man, oh man, that stuff is good. Like I really
Has
like those flavors together.
Yeah, it has an interesting taste that's phenomenal. But then again, what I like is the benefits after you eat it for your
Yes.
body. Your body just feels healthier
That yeah,
than
exactly.
other food. Right.
The porridge,
Yeah.
holy bananas, Batman. It not only does it fill me up, it fills Max up.
Well, that's pretty good.
What? Like
Right.
that's and that kid will forage all day long.
Right.
Like,
If he could, he would. Yes.
and he does.
Yeah.
I have found him eating a pan of brownies with a spoon at the sink. Like, I have found him eating ice cream and rice, like cold rice,
Ice
because
cream.
he doesn't
Wow.
know how to heat things.
Oh, right.
He
Self-sufficient.
just started, and I love this. I can't push him to do things. If I push him, absolutely not. Will not. That wall comes down and there's no moving forward.
No.
But if he does it on his own, then it's okay. So he has recently started to take Bunku's coffee out of the microwave.
Oh.
Yes, because he doesn't like the beeping. So he will, if
Oh.
he's in the kitchen, he will take it out of the microwave and put it on the counter.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and you
Okay.
know that he's the one doing it because he will say, "Oh, hot, hot, hot." So he like when he gets to that point where he can do something, he will.
Right.
And you can't stop him because that's what he wants to do.
Hmm.
Um, and he's also, you know, bigger than all of us. So
This is true. It's very true.
uh just just being able to do things without fear, just being able to do things with a bigger view I have seen that even if all of the steps are not what I want to do, I can find what I do want to do in there. I can find that it's enjoyable, the process. It doesn't have to be, you know, sweat pouring down, and me trying to manage everybody else's expectations, because that's not going to happen.
That's true. Even though a lot of times we assume they have these expectations when they don't.
And they don't.
I've been there a number of times. I have to do this because everyone expects this, and everyone's like, "No,
I don't expect that.
right?
Um, it's that is a hard one.
Yeah.
Expectations, my expectations. I expect people to want to help Bunku. Well, I do want to
Well,
help. I have helped. Okay,
yeah.
but have you helped in a way that he has needed? Or have you helped in a way that just made you feel good?
Well, and but then they go, well, I don't have what he needs, so how can I help?
But
So,
you
but
might know
so that
somebody that does.
right. So yeah, but it's like I know all the things. It's like, well, if you tell yourself you don't have the thing, well, that gets you off the hook. But then it's just I'm not even going to say that. It's not like there's a hook. It's just you give yourself a hook.
Right, right. You allow
There's no
yourself
yeah. There's no. It's
permission.
not like you're going to be punished or no one's going to punish you, but you're going to punish you.
Yeah,
So
yep.
you don't want to punish you, but then maybe you do. I don't know.
Masochistic people.
Yeah.
So I look at uh how many times, like, Banku will do something for me,
Mm.
and I'll look at him and go, why did you do that? Well, because I thought that you wanted it done, but I could have done it. I like there's no more dishes done by Banku. Like, no thanks. I have a serious issue with the Lord of all time and space doing dishes. I don't know why. I just do.
Seeing them do them.
I know. And then I get irritated because I'm like, why are you doing this? You're holding up the world. This is not, no, no,
He doesn't seem to mind. So
no. And he never minds. That's the
right.
thing. It's not about him. It's about what I can do. So if the bare minimum is all I'm capable of doing that day, that's what I will do. But
Right.
if I can do more, then I will. So I keep trying to expand my view to figure out who I know that can help. And if I don't know those people, how do I get to know those people? Uh, Oftentimes, when people say, okay, I did a thing, I'm constantly helping you because I'm buying these classes. Nope. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. The money that people spend on these classes helps us stay afloat.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be done to help you
But
or the person taking the class learn how to be a, grow and be better, develop.
and
Uh,
that helps Banku
yeah.
more than
Then yeah, if you do the thing that you're just learned,
right.
because if you do the thing, you're going to increase on every area of your life. If you did
Absolutely.
all the things, yeah. Instead of just
Yes.
like, oh, I took the class, but on a shelf, I got that collection. My collection was
Woohoo!
growing
Right? Or,
dust.
I'm going to take what I learned and I'm going to apply it to the lowest common denominator that I have. Well, what the hell does that do? I mean, okay, yeah, you learned it, but you didn't learn how to grow it.
Right.
Like, I look at these things and I say, okay, I can't bitch about other people if I'm not going to do it. So I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm expanding and I'm looking at all of these things. And now I'm doing things that I never thought that I wanted to do or thought that I could do. Like, that's okay. I did that. And then I expand from there. I can't just say I did that and then yay, and then repeat that over and over and over again. Yeah, great. Okay, so I made a habit out of just doing that. I don't want to do that. I want to make a habit of constantly growing the thing that I'm working on. So being good enough at it, yes. Being able to repeat it, sure. But being able to repeat it and grow it, that's what I want to do. So if I learn a class about how to get rid of fear, I want to learn how to get rid of fear. But I also want to learn how to help Tree get rid of fear. Last night was pretty rough on him. I say him,
Yeah,
you know,
it's raining sideways inside under the door and flooding, then yeah, it's going to be pretty rough on the street.
right. So his roots are exposed. Some of them are underground, obviously, because he's a
Yeah,
tree, but some of them are on the top.
right.
And when that happens, his roots get like the mud sinks and then his roots
Mm,
are really exposed.
mm,
So I want to be able to help Tree.
right.
Well, if Tree can understand how to bring his roots down further,
Oh, yeah.
then that fear would go away. He wouldn't have that fear because then he could also learn how to bring his roots up. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe his kind of tree needs sunlight on them. I don't know.
Mm,
I would have to research that. But the idea of, okay, now that I know how to do this, how can I help other people? Well, I can't teach it, but I can show the tree what I do. You know what I'm saying?
interesting.
It's uh it's a star's job to
Yeah,
be able to point to the path.
right.
That only happens in the dark,
Well, yeah, because you can't see the star unless it's in the dark.
right?
So you
So
got to be in the dark.
the sun is all warm and it's
Right.
wonderful and inviting and the hostess with the mostest most of the time. But that's not a star. I have a sign that you see when you walk into my house that says welcome-ish. It depends on who you are and how long you're staying.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah, exactly. There's another thing I'm seeing happen. Um, and of course, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, what's the mirror? But there's a lot of the growth mindset stuff and reframing,
yes.
in particular, reframing. So what I tend to do is I every once in a while I'll go on my feed. I'm a lot busier now, so I don't get to go on my feed as much. But I'll see what other people are posting because to me, people project themselves and what's going on internally through what they post. So if they have a
Oh,
inspiring like an inspiring quote or an inspiring meme or whatever, or they write something up, they put it out there because they're going through something and they have um, internally they have it's a mirror. So internally they're going through something and they've seen something that inspires them or touched them or it usually touches on something that they're going through and they go, wow, this really helped me, and they want to put it out to help other people. So they want to share it, put it out there. So to me, anything that people put out, and it's not always true, but a lot of the times I'm finding that the things people put out are basically internal mirrors for themselves. So I can see what they're going through based on what they're doing. And they want to help other people. So they share it because they think other people are going through the same thing and they're going to find it equally as inspiring. Usually they don't. But anyway, they're doing that. So, but I'm seeing a lot of these growth mindset. Well, if you keep if you keep failing, or in this particular matter, it was rejection. So, like if you're a salesperson or whatever, and you're selling a thing, and you keep getting a no and a no and a no and a no and a no. Don't just look at it as failure. You have to take every no as one step to success. So instead of looking at the no as a bad thing, look at it as a good thing. So 100 no's, you got to go through 100 no's to get what you want. So I'm thinking about it, and I'm seeing that. I'm going, so okay, this person's going through this. So and they're trying to inspire themselves and inspire other people. That's fine. There's no judgment there. And I agree with the reframe. But what I also know from talking to people who are into the mindset is they forget one component. So a lot of people like to go straight into reframe. I'm doing a thing and it never works. So I'm going to reframe the I'm just going to reframe everything to make it look good. And eventually I'll get to where I'm going. But what they don't look at is there's also a sunk cost fallacy in place, which, the six things of men, where it's like basically it's past investment is driving a future decision. So because I started on this path and I'm getting no, 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 you go, okay, well, I'm looking at the no's and I'm not getting the success I need. So if I change the no's into a positive, then I can keep stubbornly going down the same path. When in fact, maybe you're doing something, maybe you're talking to the wrong people.
Right.
So you're not looking at the data of the past of why it's not working. Why are you getting a no and a no and a no and a no? Are you talking to the right people? Are you selling the right product? Are you wording things proper? Like, you're not looking at the data of why
Right.
you're going no, no, no. You're just saying, well, I'm going to turn the bad into the good and keep going in my stubborn direction. Um, it's like enduring more pain instead of learning from it, so you don't have to endure more pain. So
It,
what I'm saying.
there's
Uh,
something Layla Hermosi talks about. She
mm.
calls it failing forward.
Oh, okay. That's
So
the thing.
she will say you have to get all of these no's out of the way.
Right.
But those no's are how you learn. That first
Right.
no, somebody doesn't want, okay, well, they don't want it. Okay, can you tell me why? Can you give me feedback as to why you don't want this? Is it the product? Is it what I said? Is it how I said it? Is it just the fact that I'm a girl trying to sell this? Is it because I'm a boy trying to sell this? What can you give me feedback? Because that will help me understand so that I don't bother you or anybody else like this again. Oh, okay. And then people sometimes will give you that feedback so that the next no, you can say, okay, well, I didn't do those things. I did something different and it didn't work, but then ask again so that they can learn. So, and that's failing forward so that by the time they get that yes, they can say again, so why did it work for you? What about
Right.
this did you like? What about this made you want to buy this product?
Right. So yeah, I'm just like, you could save yourself a lot of no's if you like. Yeah, I agree that the mindset change is great, but on the other side of it, you have to look at the data as to why you're getting the no's, because you could change that
Exactly.
and maybe not have to go through 100 no's to get to the success.
Right.
In relationship terms, it was like someone's in a bad relationship because, I already gave 5 years of my life into this relationship, so I'm going to
Oh,
keep going. But that's also the sunk cost thinking. So the better question that they should ask, instead of turning the negative into a positive, is this relationship healthy and worth continuing now? That might be the answer. But if you just change, mind flip whatever it is you're going, the bad experience into a good, and keep going forward stubbornly.
when I look at this, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The the biggest leap that people have to make is that when they're in a relationship and they don't want to invest, they don't want to get out of that investment because they have invested so much for so long. They say, okay, I'm going to stay and I'm going to make this work because I've been in this relationship for 25 years. This person has been my person for 25 years and I have been their person for 25 years. Okay. So what exactly does that mean? Those are
Yeah.
nominalizations. If you
Yeah.
don't find meaning in that relationship, like Banku says, if he doesn't see the best in me, there's a good chance
Oh
that
yeah.
he will see the negative in me.
And then you can't sustain a relationship with that.
Right.
Right.
And I do the same. Not that you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
I look at there's so much more involved because there's Pem and there's so but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when I look at these people and they're trying to turn that positive, that negative into a positive, they miss the point in the middle where they can say, okay, I need to take a step back and recognize whether or not this relationship is healthy for me. So
Yeah.
the
Self-reflection. Yeah.
positivity would come from being healthy.
Yeah.
And if that means not being in that relationship anymore, then so be it. If that
Mm.
means getting the mental help that you need to work through the issues that you have and still be in the relationship, so be it. But just saying, I have to stick it out because I've invested for so long. Well, what have
Yeah.
you invested?
Just
You're
time.
a dumpster fire and
Yeah.
he's the lighter, like
Right.
what exactly have you invested here?
And I'll just flip my thinking and turn the negative into a positive, and then everything will change.
Right? Because then that negative becomes, oh, look at the fire. It warms other people as they
Right.
stand by and warm their hands. Like, okay.
Well, it's like it's masochistic, I
Yeah,
think, because you're
absolutely.
you're you're like, no, I'll just endure the pain in a positive way, and then I'll
And
start looking at pain as a positive.
and it's the other one.
Masochist, yeah.
Nope, the other one. Uh
Sadist,
yeah.
yeah,
Because you're inflicting pain on the other
yeah,
person.
a sadist, yes, yes,
So you're inflicting pain on the other person so that you can enjoy being hurt on
on the
you
other
know
flip side of it,
like
yeah.
right. Like that's twisted.
But this is the stuff that goes on in the world, and I'm like, I'm over here going, why am I noticing this? Because obviously, if I'm noticing it, there's something I have to learn. So, but I see this stuff, and then I wonder. Well, because I used to be very much against positive thinking because I thought it was just for this reason. It's like, well, all you're doing is you're taking something you don't like, and then you're continuing on with something you don't like, but then you're changing your mindset to make yourself like it. That why don't you just stop doing what you don't like? Do something else. So I never liked positive thinking because it was like, well, the manifestation stuff's all about that. It's like, well, but do you really want to manifest that? You don't like it. But if I change my thinking to now I do, and I'm going to keep going anyway, well, then you're going to get more of what you don't like. And now you've told yourself that you like it. Does that work? It's weird.
It's so there are some people that don't like money.
Oh, yeah.
They think that it's the root of all evil and it's terrible,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
horrible,
that's
blah blah
true.
blah.
Yes, yes.
You
The
know,
Bible says,
capitalism down with capitalism. Okay.
yeah,
Well, as the worker bees are not working, their mindset and their views are going lower and lower and lower because they are not fulfilling a purpose. If they want their purpose to be bigger, they then have to look at something bigger. They have to
yeah,
aspire to be something bigger. And that comes from inspiration, either from themselves, from other people, however that works. But they have to be inspired to do that.
to move. Okay.
Right. So today, we don't have that. We're constantly being cut off from anybody that we could possibly have a decent relationship with because we don't agree on X, Y, and Z.
Politics, religion, you name it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's such a divide that we absolutely cannot be in the same room with each other.
Hmm.
We only want to be around people that have the same views as us. But if our
Yeah.
views are completely base and, you know, painful. What good is that?
Yeah, well, then you're going to get a bunch of you, and then
Right.
you got an echo chamber basically with no feedback from the outside world.
And the inspiration that they get is to demand because they deserve,
Yeah.
because they all want to be.
Yeah, it's a good point. Because I'm thinking about music, and I deal with that all day long. But I'm looking at branding a lot, and in my branding process, it's about being authentic. But one of the things in there that I find that happens in music nowadays, and this is not just, I'm not talking about any of my clients, but just across the board, like in the music industry, like the top people who are in the pop world, they're all about they're justice drivers. So if you want to write good music, they get in touch with their justice drivers, and then they express their what they want to see as justice. But then and then they create their songs, and they put the songs out, and that riles up everyone else's judgment drivers. It gets everyone angry and upset. We're all going to rise above and be empowered and empowered and empowered. But it never really goes beyond the intangible song. Like no one ever steps up and does
Because it's
the
all
thing.
nominalizations. And the
Yeah,
call to action is not, they
there is
can't
no.
put a call to action in there really.
Yeah, so it's just like we hear the song, we get riled up, and it touches our emotions,
Yep.
and we feel empowered inside. It's all feeling based, and then
Yes.
you feel empowered. You feel I'm riled up, and I have justice, and then you feel like you've done something when you all you did was get emotional,
Yep.
and then that went down, and then you move on, and then but you think you've done something, and really it's like the music should like leave you with an action. It's like great, you feel you want to be empowered, it's inspired you to do it, you need to go do something, go out and do it, do something empowering, do something to show the justice you want to see in the world. But no one ever really does that. They just keep listening to the song and getting the same hit of dopamine or whatever.
Something that I have noticed, and I've noticed it because I had this issue. So I recognize when other people have this issue, but they don't know who their authentic selves are.
Yeah, that's true.
So when they go to do something that they think aligns with their beliefs and their views and all of that, they start to get into it and they're like, I don't, nope, I don't believe that.
Right.
And then they get confused and then they don't know exactly what they believe. And then it's just a hodgepodge of, well, this over here is okay and this over here is okay, but that right there, So people don't know how to follow them or what to do or what to think. So they just don't.
Right.
They just don't think. They just let the feelings flow and they let all of that emotion come up and then
Boom.
great. Now we have this cluster of emotions from a whole bunch of people in one place that are now riled up and now they're going to
Explode, create
scatter,
chaos. Yeah,
yeah, scatter
chaos.
and
Yeah.
take that
Yeah.
back into their own world where they can't. It's like I cannot remember the word right now, but when you want to do something, you have the urge to do something, but you just can't make it happen.
They have the urge to do something, you can't make it happen.
I don't I
Oh,
can't remember.
yeah. I mean, I want to say inspiration, but it's not.
No, it's but it's
Obsessive compulsive thing, obsession.
well, like when you really want to have an orgasm but you can't.
Oh,
It's that the conditions are not right, that all of the things are not there.
yeah,
So you have the emotion behind it, you have the will, but you can't fulfill it.
right. Yeah,
So when these people go to a concert, when they go to a march or however that looks, they get all riled up. They have all of the feelings. They recognize all of the people around them have the same feelings, and they feel some kind of way about what it is that they're there for. now they all have a purpose, but every single one of those people has a different purpose. Their true purpose isn't necessarily to be there. Some people are. Some people are the catalyst behind all of it. But
True.
some people, their purpose is to actually help the person next to them recognize that they're, you know, a specific kind of person, and then they can go off and do something great. But when it's just a whole bunch of people with a whole bunch of emotion, nothing happened
Yeah, yeah, it just gets, that's all it is. It's just a big glob of emotion. And then,
until somebody throws a rock from the back.
oh yeah, then it
Or,
kept powder
and
keg. Yeah.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And now you have this extremely volatile situation where people are just on mob mentality, and then when it all stops, when the feeling goes away, when they're left with that drained feeling, they can't remember that they were the one that started it, or they were the one that, supported starting it.
Yeah. Right.
Uh, it does nobody any good to be in that
Right.
situation. If people can think for themselves, if they can grow their awarenesses and recognize, if they can see what's happening, the reality of what's happening, if they can recognize their place in it, and they can continue by growing their awarenesses even more, they would know what to do. They would know how to be an inspiration to other people and find the inspiration that they need as well.
Sure. We even
It's
have tools to help you find your authentic purpose, which
absolutely,
no one seems to want. I don't know why.
that's scary.
They're I don't know what I need. What is my authentic self? It's like, well, there's a process. It's okay. I'll figure it out. Like you could spend the next 10 years figuring that out, or you could do it today,
Or you
right
could
now.
just do the process. And
Right.
coming from somebody that hated processes, I get it. I don't want to follow somebody else's rules. I don't like
Right.
it. You can't make me, and I'm not gonna. But I want that over there. Well, this is how you get there. Mother Hubbard. I don't want to do that.
I'll create my own way to get there. Thank you.
Yep.
Even though I have no
And,
idea what that is.
and with that galloping fire horse, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in the direction over that
Yeah. And then I'll change that way, that way, that way, and then that way. And then I'll come back to the same spot and go, how did I get here again?
right. Recognizing that, yes, I can run all over the place,
Mhm.
uncontrolled. Sure, I can set forest fires and, do horrible things.
Right.
Or I can tame myself. No one else has to tame me. I can tame myself so that I know what the proper thing to do is when,
Yeah.
and I know how to do it.
And
There's
if you know how to do that, you can sidestep a lot of problems
so many problems.
that you don't even need to go through it. Right.
Right. And
Right.
then recognizing that, that protective hippopotamus in my month,
Right.
that's okay. It's okay to have that. It's okay to be that kind of a person. For a long time, I didn't want to show up like that for other people
Right.
because it didn't look the way that an egg McMuffin should.
That's true. Yeah. Talk
But
about analogy.
now I'm like,
Right.
okay, well,
Right.
we're going to fail forward. We're going to
We're
learn
gonna do it.
until we figure it out.
And with that, we are out of time.
Oh boy.
So,
All right.
yep, our hour is up. So, if you would like to contact us and want us to talk about anything, because we just ramble on, if you have any thoughts and say, well, I want to get your opinions and your thoughts on this, maybe you see habits that you have or habits that other people have, and you're curious as to why do they have what's going on here, and you want, maybe a sounding board. We'll be your sounding board. So just
Absolutely.
tell us what you want to hear us talk about, And you don't even have to be named. You can be anonymous, or we can mention your name if you want your name mentioned. We're happy to do that too. But if you want to hear something, let us know. There's an email somewhere around here. All of our handles on Facebook is up here as well. And I'm even thinking about putting your LinkedIn on there,
Oh, sure. Yeah,
because if
absolutely.
you're interested in predator craft, because this is a fabulous opportunity. If you want new career, you want to start your own business, you want to branch out, you're looking for investments or entrepreneurial stuff. I mean, this is like really something you want to get into. She could tell you more about that, and I'll
Yeah,
put her information
absolutely.
down, and you can talk to her, because this is a from from all standpoints, this is a great opportunity. So you might want to know more about that. Anyway, we thank you for being here, and we will talk to you again next week with more interesting things to say. Unless you chime in and give us something to say, we'll just keep going on with our observations and whatever it is that comes up. So we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Thank you, Commander Jason. We'll see you later.